So in the last video, we talked about actually how to create a template and how to send it to select people. In this video, what I want to show you is how to do that in an automatic way. So if you remember the template we made, it was sending someone an email 2 months after you close to just remind them, hey, I'm here. If you have any questions, let me know. Now, wouldn't that be great if it was automated? Well, with BluInsurance, that's 100% possible. And what's great is it's completely configurable by the user, which makes it very specific for your brokerage. So let's take a look at how to do that. So just like templates, we're going to go to the settings area here. And we're going to not go to templates. If you remember last time we went to customization templates, this time we're going to go to automation and then workflow rules. So when you open workflow rules, you're going to see a series of rules. All of them are starting with the BLU. And this BLU means that it's a system setting. So we recommend not changing these and modifying these as it'll affect the functionality of BluInsurance. But what you can do without affecting anything is create a new rule. So let's do that. So let's create that workflow that I just described, automatically sending the email 2 months after our policy closes. So it's going to be related to policies, and rule name will be 2 months email post close. Perfect. Rule name can be whatever you want, just something that's going to make sure that you remember exactly what's going on in this workflow. So let's walk through it. So we're going to want to send on a date time. So the first thing is choosing when. And so it's going to be, let's make it 60 days after the closing date. Perfect. And then execute at sure 8 a.m. That looks fine. And then recur once. Great. So let's hit next. So the next will be a condition. Okay. So do you want this to go to all policies or just certain condition policies? For this, we only want policies that have been won, right? Deals and policies that have been signed. So let's say stage is closed won. So we only want to look at those. And then instant action. So what do you want to happen when this happens for the policies that meet this criteria? So you can do an email notification, a task, field update, tag. So a field update would be changing something within that policy. Tag would be tagging that policy. Webhook and function, I'm not going to go into the details. This is more back-end developer type functions that you can do here. But email notifications and tasks are by far the most common ones, so let's walk through those examples. Starting with email notification, what we can do is we can go in here. There's some notifications that already exist, but let's create a new one. And what we're going to call this notification is email policyholder the 2 month check-in email. Great. So let's go forward and choose who this is actually going to go to. So for a policy, you could send it to the policy owner or the policy creator or the policy owner's manager. These are all for internal emails. But since it's customer facing, let's choose the client module, select their email, and why not, let's send it to their secondary email as well. So that's the recipients. And then we can just choose a template. If you remember, this was the template that we put together in the last video. If you don't remember, it's really simple. You can hit preview. You get a nice preview of this. Of course, it doesn't have to be BluInsurance. You can customize your templates for your brokerage. That looks good. So then you can choose that. And then finally, you get to choose who it's from. So you can choose a default one, or once again, you could say, okay, I want it to always come from the record owner, which I think makes the most sense. And we'll hit save and associate. So now that email is going to automatically go out 60 days after a policy is closed. It's pretty powerful stuff, but let's take it a step further and then create a follow-up task. So let's do a new task and then say, call it follow-up after 60-day check-in. And so what this basically means is you can create a task for the owner to follow up with this person. Let's make it within 2 days of that email going out. And so we're going to create that task. The priority is going to be just normal priority. And then assign to, you can select the user, or if you read this fine print, if you don't specify a user, it will go to the record owner. And that sounds right to me. So let's do that, save and associate, and then hit save. So now we can see down here, there is our workflow here. It's based on policies. It's executing based on a closing date, and we have 2 actions associated with it. And so you can always come back here, click this, and you can begin editing if you want. And you can always just come into here, turn it off, or turn it back on, depending on how you want to use it. And now that's automatically going out, that email that we put together, always 2 months after. And so this is a great example of you can really start building trust with some of your customers based on this continual communication. And what we see a lot too, is great for renewals. We see a lot of replies to this email saying, hey, things are great, but actually my friend Bob, or whoever it is looking for a policy, and you guys provide a great service. This is just an example of the power you can use with the email automation of BluInsurance.